afternoon, Dr. Yaya and everyone. We are from Group 4 and I am Yong Li and my group members are Teo Yong Chen and Tan Wee Lin. Today we are going to present about fire detection system. Introduction. So fire detection system and fire alarm system are the essential parts of fire and life safety system for buildings include residential, commercial, and industrial buildings. It is very important to ensure the components of the system are well installed so that the system can work together to protect life within the building. So the Code of Standard for Fire Safety and Protection is refers to MS Malaysia Standard 1745. So there are three types of detectors, which are smoke detectors, heat detectors, light detectors. So smoke detection system. There are four types: ionization smoke detector, optical smoke detector, aspirating smoke detectors (ASD), multi-sensor smoke detector. Ionization smoke detector. The components of these detectors are ionizing chamber and ionizing radiation. Normally, they use americium-241 for the ionizing radiation. So the smoke detectors contain two chambers, which are ionizing chamber, and one of the function is act as a reference to compensate for temperature, humidity, or pressure changes, and to ionize the air passing through the chamber. The current flow and form a circuit because there are two tiny metal plates connected to a battery inside the smoke detector. And when the smoke enters the smoke detector, the ion will bond with the smoke particles and induce the decrease of current flow and initiate the alarm. Second, optical smoke detector. This detector detects fire by using light. So the components are infrared LED and photodiode light receptor. A photosensor detects the light in the separate compartment inside the chamber. So when the smoke particles enters the smoke detector, the light beam is interrupted and scattering in many directions. The alarm is triggered caused by the light diffraction and hit the light sensor. Aspirating smoke detectors (ASD). It has higher sensitivity compared to others, and the components are central detection unit and pipes. The main function of these detectors is to draw the air out from the rooms through small and flexible tubing. So it analyzes the air in a continuous process so that the smoke can be detected before visible. It is preferred and recommended use in the communication, technical, and computer rooms. Lastly, multi-sensor smoke detector. These detectors contain various sensors. It can detect various phenomena. It is able to detect the fire major elements by comparing the inputs and reduces false alarm. The specification and guidance for these smoke detectors is based on British Standard 5839. So there are a few steps for installing the smoke detectors. So step 1, we shall choose the smoke detectors which have recognized testing laboratory label. Step 2, we should read the guidelines and manual given before installing it. Step 3, The smoke detector shall be installed on the ceiling inside each room except bathroom and each level of the building and also corridor. Step 4. The detectors shall be installed at least 3 meters from the cooking appliance. And last step is the smoke detector shall be installed not less than 12 inches away from the ceiling if it is mounted on the wall. There are a few cautions too, and first, never install smoke detector near doors, windows, ducts, area which easily collect dust and dirt, cooler rooms and garage. Next, never paint the smoke detector and also never install it near the ceiling, near to the ceiling fan or air vents. So these are the table of price comparison for five manufacturers and suppliers for smoke detection system, and the right side is the graph of cost analysis of smoke detection system. So from the graph we can see that the smoke detectors manufactured by the ITOR Firework Malaysia is the most expensive, which costs 139 ringgit, and the cheapest smoke detectors is manufactured by the Steel Recon Industries Sdn Bhd, which just costs 55 ringgit and 90 cents. So thank you, that's all from me.
Heat detection system is the energy released from a fire in the structure of heat and is activated by currents of heat, air, or combustion product, or by radiation effects. The response speed of the thermal detector to the fire is lower because the activation takes a certain time to complete compared with some other detection equipment. Therefore, a heat detector is less liable to false alarm. Heat detectors rely on the actual temperature of the room, and the alarm won't be activated if the temperature of the room hasn't increased. Heat detectors are the number one choice for activating ceiling sprinklers in a building. The final issue that a business dislikes is a false alarm that activates the sprinklers. However, ceiling sprinklers can save the building when there is a fire. Heat detectors are the best choice for this job because they are incredibly effective and hard to fool. There are three types of heat detectors. There is fixed temperature detector, rate of rise detector, and the combination of fixed temperature and rate of rise detector. Fixed temperature detector signal when the detection element is heated until a predetermined temperature point. Rate of rise detector can be placed to operate rapidly, are effective across a broad range of surrounding temperatures, usually recycle rapidly, and can tolerate a slow increase in surrounding temperature without sounding an alarm. The combination of fixed temperature and rate of rise detector will respond directly to a quick rise in surrounding temperatures caused by a fire. The device will allow a slow increase in surrounding temperatures without conducting an alarm, and it is automatically recycled when the ambient temperature drops. These are the price comparison table and graph of cost analysis for heat detection system. Based on the table and the graph, the price range for heat detectors are from 45 ringgit to 173 ringgit and 43 cents. Eagle Eyes is the supplier that provides the lowest price of heat detector, that is 45 ringgit, followed by New Foggy Store, Avio Digital, Airbus, and Firehawk. Firehawk is the supplier that provides the highest price for the heat detector, which is 173 ringgit and 43 cents. The cost of heat detector is based on the function, the popularity, the image of the brand, and its commercials.
Good morning to everyone. Now I'm Teo Yong Chen. Now I'm going to explain about the light detection system. Light detection system is one of the fire detector system with a device utilized in an optical transmission system to detect an optical signal generated by a light wave source and propagating to a medium. A light wave detector essentially is an optical receiver that pairs with an optical transmitter, both of which are connected to electrical-based device or system. In this light detection system, the light detector could be a passive device that converts the light energy, whether the visible or within the infrared part of the spectrum, into an electrical signal output. The light detectors are more commonly referred as photoelectric device or photodetector. This is because they will convert the light energy into electricity. The light energy is known as photons and the electricity is known as electrons. After detecting the light of the fire, the light detector system will give out signal as fire detecting and alarm system in a building. The detector will gauge the condition and alter the lighting as necessary, whether that is dimming, brightening or switching turn on or off, and give out signal when the situation is urgent like on fire. Normally the light detection system will cooperate with the alarm system in a building to give out signal. And then in general, the light detector system consists of 4 types of detection, which is occupancy, when someone has entered the room so that the detector will switch on the light. And then the vacancy, when the room is empty, the detector system will switch off the light. Third, the ambient light measuring the amount of natural daylight coming into the room. If the light is sufficient, then the system will switch off the light. For emergency, when the room is on fire, then the detector system will detect the light of fire and then give out signal either light or the sound of the alarm. Okay, now I'm going to explain a simple experiment of light detector with sensitivity control. In this experiment, we need some components like battery, battery clip, LED, LDR, resistor, and then jumper wire. Oh, sorry. And the breadboard, trimmer pen, needle nose pliers. And then this is the final look of the component. Okay, step 1, we're going to install all the components at the breadboard and connect the power supply before we start testing the circuit of light detector. Secondly, we transfer the circuit to a desired working environment, which could be a place with sufficient light. Like this one, we place it beside the window, then it will get sufficient light. Okay, step 3, we'll turn the trimmer of the variable resistance all the way clockwise with the trimmer pen or small screwdriver. This one, trimmer pen. Okay, step 4, we'll turn the trimmer counterclockwise slowly until the LED just turn off. And then the step 5 will manage the sensitivity of the light detector before we start testing it. And then the step 6, we will remove the trimmer pen, or just now I mentioned about the small screwdriver. And then the light detector is now configured for the environment. And then the last step, step 7, we'll cover the LDR with hand to test the circuit. This is the LDR. We'll cover the LDR by hand. Okay, the simple experiment is done. Okay, now I'm going to explain about the advantages and disadvantages of light detection system as fire detection system. First advantage of the light detection system is it's easier to integrate with lighting system like automatic lighting system to give the signal when the building is on fire. Secondly, it is save energy as only function when detect the light of fire. And then is if not only detect the light of fire, normally will detect the sunlight also as a normal light detection system. Okay, third one, the light sensor support LDR have different shapes and size to choose. Fourth, the light sensor need less voltage and power to figure, thus it save energy, same as the second advantage. Fifth, the photoresistor have low cost, two-way and moderate time interval. And then the last, the photodiode can provide fast latency, lower cost, and supply digital output. Okay, for the advantage, the LDR are highly accurate with high reaction time, then it will affect the efficiency of firefighting. This is because if the light detection system is need a lot of time to react, then we don't have the time to save the fire. Okay, the second one is the photodiode are temperature sensitive, thus it may be damaged by fire easily when the building is on fire. And then the third one is the phototransistor cannot withstand voltage above 1000 volt, thus it may damage by high voltage supply of some building. Okay. Next, I'm going to talk about the cost analysis for light detection system. Now there are 5 suppliers or manufacturer here, and there's the cost. Okay, we're going one by one. First, the Ocwell with the cost of 649 ringgit 60 cent, and then Senseware 5075 ringgit 34 cent, and then the Honeywell manufacturer give the cost of 1132 ringgit. And then the Hotchkiss supplier give us the cost of 1,115 ringgit 65 cent. And then the last is the Hanway Electronic Group Corporation with the cost of 2,460 ringgit. Okay, by seeing the graph, we can know that the Senseware is the most expensive, and the Ocwell is the cheapest, and then the Honeywell Hotchkiss is almost same price. And the Hanway Electronic Group Corporation gives a moderate price. If we just compare by the cost, we will choose Ocwell definitely because it's the cheapest. Okay, in conclusion, the fire detection system is neither system to be installed in a building to detect fire and ensure safety so that the occupant inside the building can get warm and escape for the building area if there are any fire. Thank you. That's all from our group. Thank you.